Hello and welcome back, beautiful people. For those who are new here, my name is Lydia and I am the Witch of Multirealms. Right now, I'm providing tarot readings that are aligned with signs and synchronicities in the area of angel numbers that people see. So repeated numbers such as 111, 222, 333, and so on and so forth. In the future, I probably will also include signs and synchronicities such as seeing a certain type of animals or birds or items as well. So for now, I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Sunday. So this is the rhythm and flow that I'm going with. Also, sometimes I do include topics such as spiritual awakening, spiritual alchemy, witchcraft, shadow work, things like that. Sometimes I talk about those and I will be posting videos of that sort. For now, it's tarot reading. So today you are here, you must have seen the title that this is a reading for those who have been seeing the numbers 2121. So what's going to happen is that I will be picking the significator card from the Wild Unknown Tarot deck. I will be sharing all the decks that I use in the description box below. So for now, I will pick the significator cards. 3 of them, and then you can pick from the 3 different piles. I will include timestamps, and you can pick according to the timestamps or simply cross-watch other piles if that interests you as well. So before I begin, here's a reminder. This is a timeless reading, so anytime you find this reading or the reading finds you, it simply means that it's time that Spirit wants to share this message with you. Also, this is a collective reading. There are going to be details that you resonate with, which, yes, wonderful. And if there are details that you do not find resonate with you, please leave it behind and for the others. This is also insight and guidance from Spirit. So tarot reading is not fortune telling, it's not an absolute future outcome set in stone for you. Therefore, please do not allow tarot to dictate your life and the outcome of things. You know, actually you have to put in the effort and the work and the action to manifest an outcome of anything, or the intention at least. So just to share with you, if you do not want to take any of these with you, you don't have to claim it. Now, I'm going to shuffle and I'll begin and introduce the cards. Spirit, please give us 3 cards for today's reading. For those who have been seeing the numbers 2121. Okay, so for pile 1, the first card, it's Judgment. For pile 2, your card is 8 of Pentacles. For pile 3, your card is 7 of Swords. Okay, so as mentioned, I will leave the timestamps and you can find it in the description box below. I'll see you at your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You have selected the significator card, Judgment. This is from the Wild Unknown Tarot deck, and apart from the traditional tarot deck of Judgment, which is the Archangel, I'm not sure which Archangel, I think it's Archangel Gabriel. And then there are people that are risen from the dead in the traditional tarot imagery. There are no people here. There are no souls here. Instead, what we see is the dove, which I think is very signifies very much the light and the passion of the divine above, calling all, as you can see. These could be, I don't know, if they are in shadow, I sense they are bats. I sense that these are bats. And okay, perhaps not necessary. Could also be in the shadow because, and then they are dark colored, so they're not exactly brighter. So it might not necessarily be bats or crows, but it definitely is shadow, like sort of like risen from the pit, and they are rising up to the above where the light and divine is. And so this is a very different kind of image of judgment compared to the traditional imagery. And we will definitely discover down the road what Spirit has for you based off this. Now, I'm going to be pulling 3 tea leaves. Okay. Oh my. Already the first one is very aligned with the Judgment card. Okay. Very, very interesting. Okay. Right, so here are your 3 tea leaves. First one is gavel, involvement with the law. So for some of you, there might be a situation that, I mean, based off the card Judgment, and now you have gavel, there really is a situation that some of you are going through that it's in relation to some matters, legal matters, maybe something to do with justice and karma. Yeah, we'll see what it means. And chair filled, someone new is entering your life. Okay, and third one, fly, a period of ill health or depression. Now, so these are the 2 other cases. The one where someone new is entering your life and a period of ill health or depression. We'll see how this relates to judgment as well, or is it actually in the same situation as the one where there is this involvement with the law? We will see what that means. I will be pulling more cards from the traditional Rider-Waite deck to clarify from Spirit what is the situation or story that we're looking at here. Okay. Spirit, sorry, I have to keep clearing my throat because it's feeling a little bit dry. Okay. Spirit, please give us your guidance and message for those in pile 1. What is the situation they're going through? And what message do you have for them? Big cards. Major Arcana cards. Wow, a lot of Major Arcana. Okay, so let's see what Spirit has to say. I'm hearing from Spirit that this is for a very specific situation for some of you. Now, Spirit wants me to say this, and I know this is not going to resonate for all of you. Take whatever you understand to be your situation, and of course, leave the rest for others. Spirit wants me to bring this up. What I'm seeing here is that a few of you are going through something related to past pain and hurt. Could be the dissolving of a relationship. Could be the dissolving of a marriage, because I'm seeing quite a few cards here that indicate healing from something that hurt you in the past in the area of marriage, which is to be dissolved, which means divorce. Okay, so first card you got here is actually Temperance. Then Knight of Cups, Hierophant, Six of Pentacles, the Star, and Three of Swords in reverse. Okay, so back to what I was saying just now. I believe for quite a number of you, what you're going through right now is trying to, okay, two things are happening. One, you're trying to heal from something that has hurt you in the past. Something, it could be the recent past. It does not look like something that was actually very, very far ago or long ago, but definitely it was this hurt, this pain, this bad memory, this betrayal could have been a very big point of your life that made you depressed or sad, or basically it's something that definitely held you back from moving forward into a brighter chapter of your life for a while. And what you're going through is either you just begin with a healing, you have just begun. Sorry if my tenses are all over the place. What's happening is that now you are trying to heal. You're trying to let the events that are happening for you in your life right now lead to that healing. Because it seems like it could have been, you want to let it go. You want to let the past pain and whatever affected you in regards to a relationship, yes, or a marriage, to be even more specific. You want to let that go. You want to let that heal. But it probably has been difficult, because maybe what I'm seeing here is that there are some things that are waiting to be resolved. We're talking about, especially in the area of dissolving a marriage. It is difficult to pursue the new hope, the new you, the new happiness that is on the other side of after the dissolvement of the marriage, right? You cannot foresee, like you want to, if you have so much as want to come to the resolution of, okay, let's call it quits here, we're getting a divorce, we're breaking up. I'm very sure to a good degree you have understood, that's it, that's the past, I don't want it anymore, I want to step into a new place. But there is a desire for it, and then there's truly being able to go through it. Because because in any kind of painful situation, there's bound to be a bit more deep diving of what happened, why it happened, and understanding the perspectives of that yourself, all the goods and all the bads, all the shadows and all the lights of whatever you went through, what you're going through right now, versus what the other person is going through. Also, if you were to have the perspective to see what was the shadow aspect of that person, what's the light aspect of that person, why did the relationship begin, why did it not work out, and how is it that it now has to be dissolved. Like literally, I'm sure most people in the situation of having to come to a point of divorcing, breaking up, when you do put your time to think about it, of course you have questions like that. It's called closure, right? Everybody wants closure. And as much as there is that desire to, okay, I really want to have closure, I want to move forward to the next phase, closure cannot be forced. Closure, yeah, you may desire closure. Of course, everyone in this space desire closure to some degree, but closure cannot be forced because there are many other elements in life that may stall your plans, take a bit longer. If things are complicated in a marriage because there are shared assets and children involved, all the more it's difficult, right? And as much as you desire closure, you desire to move forward to the next phase, like even though there is that sense of I want to, but you can't. Memories will still be there, memories will get dredged up, hurt and pain will exist for as long as it needs you to be time to time reconnected due to the paperwork or legal work and exposure to each other in whatever capacity. So I think what Spirit is trying to say here is that there is this lingering sadness, lingering pain that could not leave you. But now that with the Judgment card here, which is a major arcana, which means, I see here, by the way, there's 1, 2, 3 major arcana cards plus a Judgment that makes 4. This is by no means a small phase of your life. This is a huge thing, a huge phase, a huge process, and you need to, what you can learn from this, what you can alchemize, the kind of challenge and the pain, whatever you can take and learn and transmute from this, is a big learning in your life, and it will certainly elevate your spiritual alchemical learnings in this life. With the Temperance here, I feel that Spirit is setting the tone. The first card is Temperance. The first card, which denotes it takes your inner strength and ability to transmute the different energies you're going through. You have one foot, like the angel in the card Temperance here. Spirit is saying, just like this angel, with one foot in the water and one foot on land, you are in the element, both elements, and you are allowing yourself to take what is available to you in terms of your resources, challenging or beneficial in whatever way you perceive it, and pouring that between 2 cups in, like, carefully and in a very graceful manner. Treat it like it's the precious gold, the learning that you are supposed to go through right now, to move that and flow that through. There's a feeling of, I have to not spill a drop. I have to do this carefully. But it is good. It is good that while you are navigating this uncertainty of one foot on land and 1 foot in the water, and you are having to pour this liquid from one chalice to another, you are allowing your emotions to weigh things out, move from one place to another. It's a time of balance. It's a time of inner strength. It's a time of understanding the emotions that you're going through. When you pour the water, which is your intuition, your emotions, from one cup to another, you may feel different every day. Imagine, now it's here, you pour over. Now it's here, you pour over. And even when you're pouring, you might miss something. But this is part of the process of learning. And I feel very much that this is what Spirit is trying to tell you. Temperance, patience, grace, allowing things to unfold as they come. What comes after Temperance is the Knight of Cups. Spirit is saying, yes, you are on a journey. The horse is on a slow trot. It's not fast. The Knight is carrying a cup, a chalice, perhaps filled with water. And you see how the Knight versus other Knights in the tarot deck is not fast running, it's not charging. It's slowly taking its time to cross the river, to trot, to see what's ahead, step by step, no rush. The Knight of Cups signifies a person who is in pursuit of something that fulfills them, something that speaks to their heart, something that is intuitively guided. On a journey, on the search, on a quest, but letting the heart lead the way. So I think Spirit is trying to say, now is the time for you to be gentle with yourself, let things come as they come, because it cannot be forced. And be like this Knight of Cups. Understand that you are on a journey. Understand that what you need to put on the forefront is the connection you have with yourself, your inner self. Understanding that you're being led by your heart, and that's a good thing. Comes next is the Hierophant, which I think this applies to some of you, but for some of you, I believe it has a lot to do with dissolving a marriage. But I think for some of you, it could even be the pursuit of a marriage or a relationship, but you're on your way to finding it. Because there is something else in the past that has hurt you, and you have not yet come to a new place where you can receive more. So I take it as it resonates for you, of course. For some of you, it's letting something go, some past relationship go. And for some of you, it's letting some new relationship come into your life. You have yourself here, the Six of Pentacles. Clearly, from the perspective of a person who has given, I think Spirit understands very keenly that you have put in the effort of whatever this situation is. You give and you want something back. It's the fair exchange of energy. Six of Pentacles usually show that as much as a person feels that they are abundant enough to give, they also have to think about how much they're keeping for themselves and how much they're receiving from those that they have helped and given. It's charity, but I will put it this way. This is not like just like charity, like I'm just throwing and giving everything away, but it's charity, but at the same time, also caring for yourself. The guy holding the scales shows that he does calculate how much he has left to give and how much he has left for himself. It's about balance. It's about fairness. And it is very, very aligned and synchronistic with the fact that in your tea leaves, there is involvement with the law, gavel, and that your leading card, your significator card is Judgment. I think the energies of you desiring balance, desiring fairness in your life is strong here. Clearly, something in the past or something that you have just recently left behind or gotten out of has left you in a state of feeling things were unfair. And that, of course, anybody in that position would have enough to keep them thinking or feeling a sense of dissatisfaction or insecurity about when is the next time I'm going to encounter another similar event that will leave me feeling life is unfair or someone is being unfair to me again, especially in the pursuit of a relationship. I think this speaks a lot. I mean, I'm speaking a lot for a lot of people here, that a lot of individuals in relationships may at time to time feel like things are getting unfair. Things might not be as balanced as they desire it to be. And so I'm just hearing Spirit say this, mention it. Okay, I'll mention it, Spirit. We are entering the season of Libra. We're entering the season where Libra as a sign that cares about balance. Libra is a sign that cares about not only life and fairness is a main theme for themselves, but they as individuals in the balance aspect of a Libra has good understanding that they also want to provide fairness and balance in return. So it's like a fair exchange kind of energy. Librans in a good place believe and hold that as their main governing principle. In life, they believe in fairness. They believe in maintaining that fair exchange of energy, whether it's in money and material, or in emotions and love, or in every aspect of life. Librans who are balanced and in their element regard the balance as the utmost importance. But of course, there are shadow aspects as well, and shadow aspects is the flip side of which balance is thrown off. It becomes either they become to lead a life, either they start to be unfair to themselves, or they become unfair to the others, or there's too much take, too little give, or vice versa. But okay, that's just a little sidetrack. I'm talking about it's Libra season, and maybe this theme of fairness and weighing your scales is coming into play now, because for those of you who are stepping into this month, this week, which is the first week of October, I believe Spirit wants you to really understand that they have not forgotten you, of course. There is the star card here, by the way, showing that the cosmic energies understand and are trying to align with you. The wish, the hope that you have is coming into alignment with you to help bring in that healing that you so desire. Right? I said just now, you desire healing. Three of Swords. The 3 swords in the heart, upright like this. It's always a matter of wanting to heal. But whether you heal successfully and how fast you heal, a lot of it is dependent on the situation that is unfolding around you from time to time, and how fast, again, there is divine timing. So when you have it in reverse, what I see is Spirit saying you desire healing, but it's not happening yet, and it's taking a little slow time. And you know what I like to see when I see sword cards upside down? Is that you see, if I hold this long enough, does it not look like the 3 swords are just going to slide off and out of the heart? I always feel that when sword cards that are seemingly heavy energies, if in upright, it is what it is. You see here, they're stuck in there. But if I were to receive it reversed, I just somehow felt like Spirit is saying it's just a matter of time the swords come out. Maybe you are trying, but trust that it's just a matter of time. You're working towards it. You have beautiful cards here. I totally understand when I see Temperance and Hierophant and the Star, the 3 major arcana, woven into this. I feel very much like Spirit is sending you a word of, I somehow felt like a word of encouragement as well, or at least is to reassure you that no, we have not forgotten you. We know that you're going through a tough period. We know that you're seeking answers, you're seeking healing. We want you to know that you will get there. You will get there. It takes time. Now it's just a matter of allowing your heart to come into this equilibrium. Maybe it was turbulent for a while due to the hurt and pain. Maybe it's a lot of ups and downs. I think Spirit wants you to know that you're coming into the state of equilibrium. With Temperance, it's a matter of the flow. The smoothness of life is what you are learning and evolving into. And with that mixing of water between 2 cups, you gradually will get into the phase of being on that journey, like the Knight of Cups here, in search for the balance, for the return, right? And everything is intuition, purpose, and heart-led. And I see now, I can understand why in your tea leaves, they present me with chair filled. Someone new is entering your life. If I were to put this together, I would say for some of you, it is really about once you dissolve the previous relationship or marriage, they want you to know that you don't have to worry if you can't find new hope and love. It is coming in for you. If you have been hurt and a period of ill health or depression, like the fly here, has been pestering you and lingering around you. Fret not, it will not be for long. You are moving out into a brighter phase. Now I understand why. The Judgment card. You see how the dove is heralding the other flying creatures from the shadows up into the light and into the sky, into the heavens. If there is something that Spirit could say to you now is into the heavens and into the light. The divine hands, the divine wings of love receives you, raises you. So I feel it's a tremendously beautiful energy and message from Spirit. Nothing short of divine love. I feel, frankly, I feel touched. I feel really touched to be able to deliver this message to you. I'm speechless. Okay, I want to pull a few more cards asking Spirit about certain things for clarity. Let's see. I think I will get a clarifier to get a slight gauge of, look, I don't really go for time-based readings because I don't like to forecast unless I felt called to by Spirit to give like by so and so, by when and when you can see something, or like, especially if it is a far plan, a lot of things can shift and change according to your actions and your energy. But I do feel called by Spirit now to just simply give you a little heads up on how things are unfolding in a matter of give you some perspective of time. Okay, we'll see. Between Temperance to... Okay, so we're talking about how long now, Spirit, in this phase? The whole Knight of Cups situation. Is there a time we're looking at, Spirit? Like a month or number of months or weeks we're talking about? Is there? Okay. Now let's see. Right. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is, very interestingly, when I asked, the tarot card that came out actually is Queen of Cups. So I felt like they're trying to say, if you're currently on the journey of seeking fulfillment and purpose as the Knight of Cups, you are going to, well, travel in terms of evolution of your learning. You're going to upgrade yourself and travel into the space of being Queen of Cups, which is you start to learn to love yourself, of which you will start to have a much more balanced understanding and nurturing intuition and emotion that allows you to bring that across to the rest of the people around you. So Queen of Cups is an individual who is not just in pursuit of her own happiness. She understands what makes her happy. She understands what fulfills her. And as such, she is in such a good, stately, comfortable, and secure place as the queen on her throne. She is able to then offer that compassion, that nurturing element of her to the people around her. It becomes so graceful because first you start to give yourself the grace, then you learn how to give others the grace and compassion. So I think what Spirit is saying is that from Knight of Cups, you're coming into the space of Queen of Cups. You are on a journey. Now, in terms of timeline, interestingly, they sort of give hint that whatever you are going through now, sort of, for some of you, it happened in the April-May period. It kick-started, sort of like the whatever you're going through now, whether it's the breakup or the divorce, or having come out into realization that you were very hurt and betrayed or whatever. All that was expressed in April and May. And now September, which actually I'm doing the reading today, which is the last day of wait, today is the last day. Yeah, absolutely. I actually am doing the reading today, which is the last day of September. So they gave me the September card. I think they're trying to say that they want you to know. They can't give me, because again, I think they are quite right. They can't give me an actual date on by when you get what you want, because it's such a wide variety of people. This is for the collective. So many of you will have different timelines where you will see your result or the fruition or closure, right? So they are not able to give me that fixed date. Whereas they're saying for all of you who are viewing this, it is in the month of September that you reach this milestone where this message, which is meant to find you, will guide you to understanding the whole purpose of why you're going through what you're going through. This is what they want me to tell you. You going through this challenge and this pain, this hurt, this hurdle in your life, it is all meant for you to go through. It's written in your soul path. It's one of the major purpose of why you are here. As with the Judgment card, it really is a very big part of your life that you have to learn how to transmute this kind of challenge and energies, and then it forms part of your spiritual learning in this life. So I always like to say this to all my viewers or like my customers and clients in the work that I do with them. Spirit does not give you a challenge that kills you unless it is pre-written that due to whatever circumstance, your life is meant to end as your soul has intended. Okay, so that is what we denote as pre-written. Unless it's actually that situation. Every kind of challenge that comes to us in our life is here to push your boundaries of learning, to help you understand what does not kill you, truly is here to test you so as to make you stronger. Because once you go past the challenge and the hurdle, you will come out wiser, stronger, and evolved. It's the path, the pathway of alchemy, right? So I think nothing short of that message here. Spirit really wants you to know not to give up. Spirit wants you to know that if you question why you are going through this is why. It's what you signed up for. You're meant for great things this life, and you're meant to learn big lessons this life. And that's why you are going through this. It may be painful, it may be challenging, but it is nothing you can't get out of. It's nothing you can't get out of. Okay, I actually feel that the message is so strong and so clear. I don't feel I need more clarifiers. Okay, perhaps just one last clarifier, Spirit. Could you tell us more about the Star card or the reverse Three of Swords? Is there something here that we should look at? Okay. Ooh, goosebumps. Immediately, Spirit is, oh yes. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. I love it when they are so loud and clear. Spirit says, The star card, okay, signifies hope, signifies understanding that the stars will align for you, that you are a child of the cosmos, you are not forsaken. Spirit says, it's just a matter of time. Now you are in the hangman mode. See, I said you are meant for bigger things. You're meant for bigger things because just like the hangman, he's comfortably suspending himself, okay? This is not even a struggle. He's comfortably suspending himself in a position whereby he is waiting out for something to happen. And in that period of suspense and waiting, the light or the blood, okay, you can think of it this other way, the light or the blood, his life force, flows down to his head, which is his crown chakra. He's coming into a space of understanding and wisdom and clarity due to this weight, due to this suspense. So sometimes when things take a bit longer, or when sometimes it seems like there are curveballs thrown in your way or hiccups, it's not always a disastrous or woe unto me kind of moment. Sometimes it's really for your good. Sometimes it's in fact a blessing that you get to have a bit of weight on something, because the waiting not only brings you more wisdom down the road, because as more things unfold, you get to perceive things and perceive from a different perspective, such that it gives you maybe an aha moment or like even more clarity than before. Waiting it out sometimes is really amazing. It brings you so much more clarity. And also Spirit says, for this reverse Three of Swords, you have the Eight of Cups. It's about letting go of whatever emotions that no longer serves you. Walking away from what is no longer purposeful, walking away from what is no longer serving you in terms of emotional fulfillment. So I think the clarity you'll be receiving with a bit of waiting and a little bit of changing your perspectives is to finally be able to break free from the binds of the trauma, the hurt, the pain, the memory that exists in this Three of Hearts. And that's how you can allow the swords to be removed from your heart. I think this is a beautiful message. It's a very, nothing short of like the angel spreading its wings of divine love and light and cradling you into its embrace and heralding you to look towards the light. You know how sometimes when I say look towards the light, I don't even mean it from just metaphorically speaking. Sometimes if you don't feel so good, you don't feel so happy, maybe some things really bothers you, like you're just having a real funky energy because things did not come through your way. Maybe you're expecting a certain news for that day and it's just like, oh, it didn't happen, or like things got postponed, you know, like instead of allowing yourself to fall into a state of disappointment, or a state of like, why is this not happening for me again? And do not, in order to maintain the high vibration for the life around you to still give you that perspective of gratitude and hope-filled, passion-filled life, it actually is good to go out there. If you don't have a problem with the sun, go out there into the sun, walk a little bit, get some vitamin D, feel the warmth and the light of the sun pouring down on you, like the warm embrace of divine love, showing you just how beautiful life truly is. You're alive, you're breathing, you can feel the sun. If you don't like the sun, okay, so you can also try moon tanning, moon baking, you know, go out when it's a full moon, enjoy the beautiful glow of the moon. Let your heart feel the song of the moon just by watching the moon, being under the stars, right? So I think this is such a beautiful energy and message from Spirit. I truly hope that this resonates for someone. Oh yeah, before I end off, I don't want to forget this. I am going to pull one card, one more message from Spirit for you from the Moonology Messages Oracle and see what they have to say. And I'll read it out from the book. Okay, Spirit, what do you want to tell them? Please let us know what your guidance is for pile 1. Oh, see, one card, please. One card, please. Alrighty. Beautiful. Moonrise cleansing. Just as I was saying, I think they want you to go enjoy the full moon. Let's see what Spirit says here. Moonrise. Right. Drawing this card suggests that you've been through a very difficult situation from which you're finally now emerging. Even though you're nearing the end of this challenging period of your life, or perhaps are already there, you still have energetic cords or attachments that you need to clear from your life. Oh, that is so true. We're seeing it here, right? Three of Swords, but in reverse. Think of them as energetic debris that needs to be washed away by time and intention. Bingo. Just as we can see the moon rise nearly every night in the skies, so you too are nearly always able to process upsets with some effort. You need to carry out this cleansing of your body, mind, and spirit, or risk remaining stuck in the past. Sit under the moon's beams and ask her to cleanse you. Ask Archangel Michael to cut your cords to the past. Wait. From Judgment card to... Sorry, I'm just awful at remembering which angel we're looking at here. I believe in Temperance, it's Raphael. And I believe in Judgment, it's Gabriel. Is Michael in any of these? Okay, never mind. To cut your cords to the past. Take regular salt baths. Most importantly, set the intention that you're cleansing yourself of the past so that you may face a happier present and a brighter future. Once you're cleansed, you can start over in a way you may not have even believed was possible. Additional meanings for the card. Something in this situation needs to be cleared. Use sage to clear your home energetically. You are emerging cleansed. Integrity and truth will win the day. Yes, Judgment. Be kind, but also very honest. Moonrise is when the moon rises above the horizon. We can't see the moon every single night for various reasons, such as overcast skies or the position of the moon in relation to the sun, but she is always there, rising reliably. Beautiful, beautiful message. And I'm feeling so touched that Spirit came through today with this message for you. Don't ask me why. I really feel very happy for you that Spirit has spoken this way. So for those of you, this is what I have for you today and the message that Spirit has for you. If you find any part of it resonates, please share in the comment section. I'll be very happy to hear from you. Also, this is a collective reading. I'm sure there are many places you might have questions that if you feel you want a much more personal reading, please go into the description box below and find my link for booking your personal reading. Also, please like, follow, and subscribe if you enjoy this and you would like to see more videos of this to come in the future. And I thank you for your time here today. I'll see you at the next one. Hi and welcome to your reading for those of you who have selected pile 2. This is your card, the 8 of Pentacles, which shows this spider very skillfully having woven an elaborate web and the 8 pentacles distributed around the web. Same thing. This is from the Wild Unknown tarot deck. It of course does not has an illustration that is very different from the original Rider-Waite deck, which shows a person in 8 of Pentacles is like an ironsmith or a metal worker, very skilled person working the 8 pentacles. So it expresses an image or a character of a person that is very in their element and finesse and professionalism of understanding what they're doing, having the skills to do something, but also very hardworking, willing to put in the hard work to see the outcome. So that's the 8 of Pentacles energy. Now we're going to pull some tea leaves and we'll see in how this relates to the 8 of Pentacles, and this will also give us a better idea of the different energies that people in pile 2 are feeling. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so we have here, focus, happiness, October. So we are coming into the month. When you see this, it will be the month of October that this video will be released. I'm actually filming this on the last day of September. So yeah, this is a message probably for those of you I mean, as we pull more cards later, we'll understand what's the story and the situation and the clarity. But I think Spirit is trying to say that this is the thing that you can look forward to take place in October. Chair empty. So someone is leaving your life. We'll see what that means. I have no idea how this relates to 8 of Pentacles, but okay, we'll see. Right. So from the traditional Rider-Waite deck, I will be pulling cards from Spirit, telling me about the story and the situation that you are going through. Spirit, please show us what is the situation or story and your guidance or message for those in pile 2. It's a very pentacle heavy energy right now. Oh yeah, definitely pentacle heavy energy. Right. Let's see. Okay, so to start off, I sense something to do with trying to achieve the outcome or the fruition of something, but you're not asking for a lot. You're not trying to have like, okay, if we're talking about pentacles, and pentacles is abundance of any material things on earth, so it doesn't necessarily have to mean money. Okay, it could be success, it could be achievements, it could be stability, okay, of any sort. Basically all these things that contributes to your survival and stability here on earth. But what I'm sensing when I say it's very pentacle heavy, I feel like you are simply trying to come to a place where you get your due returns for what you put out. So there's a very big message here. Getting the due returns for what you put out. And there's been a fair bit of... I don't think you waited. I won't say you waited for a long time, but I definitely feel that you have put in the hard work to hope to see the... It's like you wanting to see the returns for what you put out. It's not unfair to want that, because you definitely have put in the work. Let's just say, I think this message, if I could give a little summary, is Spirit saying, you will be fairly rewarded. I think that is a very... and you'll be happy from it, of course. Okay, your first card is Four of Pentacles, then Queen of Pentacles, then Two of Wands, and then Page of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Right, so I think the overarching energy for this group, this collective that has picked pile 2, you might be in a situation where you have put in, again, like I mentioned, just like the Eight of Pentacles, you have finesse, you have skills, you probably have some kind of profession or some kind of skills that you are really putting in your determination and hard work into. Unyielding. Eight of Pentacles gives like... because 8 is just 2 more cards to ending the cycle and journey, I feel like you have definitely held up against whatever challenges that came before that. I won't even need to explain to you, right? I think that you are in the Eight of Pentacles energy because you have been very hardworking. You have been very diligent. You have been very patient even. But maybe you just sometimes do wonder, when is the job going to be fully complete? And then when you can see your returns, fair returns, due returns, when you can see that harvest. Again, I want to say, I don't feel like this is the energy of somebody who is asking for the skies. You're not asking the heaven to rain coins on you. You're not asking for the skies. Not that you don't desire abundance, you do, but you desire it from such a realistic, such a level-headed and fair perspective, which is a very, let's just say it's a very mature energy I'm feeling here. So don't get me wrong when I say mature energy, I'm not trying to say you're old, but I'm trying to say that you come across the energy I'm getting here with your regards to desiring the abundance. It's more like a fair, I think is the word I'm looking for here. Very well-adjusted, very understanding. And you're like the kind of person or the kind of character that knows that if I want to see big outcomes in life, I got to put in the big work. And you are putting in the big work to the degree that Spirit is saying your happiness is coming in October. So, okay, I mean, right off the start, your tea leaves just show me one card that talks about the emotions or like the energy, which is happiness. There's no other description on it. And then you have October. I just... like, what are they trying to tell me? We are in the month of October. So I really think they want us to know that this thing you're working on, this results you're hoping to see is coming to you in October. You are in, however, right now, maybe Spirit is trying to say, you are in, however, conservation mode. Maybe because you have put in a lot of time and effort into weaving that web, into putting your skills and your talents and your hard work into making those 8 pentacles. It also takes personal resources, right? I mean, there's output. So where does the output gets its resources from? It's from you, yourself, whether it's your actual money to invest into this work, right, for materials and whatever, or time and effort and energy and intellect, every aspect that is of any value, you put in first, which means you empty your coffers of all these valuable energy and materials in order to make that Eight of Pentacles. And so you are in a bit of a, I have left what I have left, so let's just hang on to it. So you're in conservation mode. You are not, I won't say you're starving, right? When I say Four of Pentacles, I don't feel like it's a person who is starving, or so I don't feel the energy. This is not the energy of I don't have any more left. This is the energy of I have just enough left to keep myself afloat. And I'm simply hanging on to them in a prudent way, secure way. Right? I also sense that this is the energy of Spirit saying, yeah, you are trying to be prudent. We get it. You're trying to play safe. See, you're trying to play safe. Maybe Spirit is telling you if it's required that you give a little bit more to get this Eight of Pentacles to the 9 and then to the 10. Don't be afraid to give a bit more from other areas. Because if you hang on to the 4 here dearly and think that this is all you have left, you got to hang on to it dearly, you can see it as you're being prudent, and there's nothing wrong with being prudent, but the other side of it is being extremely conservative. And then what happens when we're being conservative is conserve, right? Literally, the conserve is the effort, is the main theme here. When a person is in conservation mode, they are surviving. What Spirit wants you to know that you are born to thrive, not survive. You're not born just in this life to cause through survival. Whatever effort you are doing, building these Eight of Pentacles, rising yourself to the next level, which is 9, and rising yourself next to the level, which is 10, to see your utmost abundance in life, you're not here to just cause through life on survival mode. You're meant to thrive. But of course, with every great challenge, with every great results comes great challenge. And the great challenge in this case is you, while being prudent, but also knowing that you are. Okay, so the Queen, I just want to bring this up. You have Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is an individual who you can see this as two things. She is abundant. She is sitting in a beautiful rose garden filled with blooms, and she has her big red pentacle on her lap. She nurtures it like it's her baby. So she's nothing short of a queen who already has it all. But while she has it all, she also knows that what she has is very, very precious. And Queen of Pentacles is the epitome of prudent yet generous. You understand what I mean? She can be prudent with her money, because if she is not and she is frivolous, then she won't have her big pentacle. She won't have her abundance. She would be running low every time. So she certainly is prudent. But she's prudent at the same time. She knows that it takes output to bring in harvest, to bring in abundance. And it's just like if you don't spend some money fertilizing your plants, you're not going to see your rose bloom. And she is sitting in this rose-filled garden, or any other red flowers. It may not necessarily be roses, but I see roses here, right? And I think that this speaks very much of prudence, balance, yet generosity, and knowing when to invest is very important as well. I feel like this is what Spirit is trying to say. In fact, the next card you have is Two of Wands. This person standing behind the castle gates with two wands and looking out. it's a very interesting energy of, look how secure. If this person is wearing a beautiful red cape and wearing, I don't feel that this person is a king, to be frank. But some people might actually say that this person is a king because he's standing behind the castle gates, on top of the fort, looking out into the horizon and the shore. I feel that this could be anybody who is in royal power, not necessarily the king, but certainly of comfort. Of comfort because he's wearing a cape and he has a nice hat on, a nice headdress on. So in many ways, this is a person who is in comfortable, abundant space. Maybe there's more to be achieved out there. That's why he has a globe in his hand. There is something to look forward to. I constantly hear Christopher Columbus. Okay, I don't know why suddenly spirits say Christopher Columbus. Okay, but I just want to say that just like Christopher Columbus, you can also realize that if he sits in the comfort of behind the city gates, and does not set out, he will not discover, he will not conquer. He will not have opened new frontiers. And I think this very card is what Spirit says to you. If you want to open new frontiers, you got to know that you have to be a little bit risk-taking. You have to be a little bit more generous with yourself in terms of willing to put in that investment to pursue that goal. And speaking of pursue that goal, I think Page of Pentacles says a lot of pursuing one's goal. Right? You see, the pentacle that this page, who is this young person, Spirit wants you to remember to take on the energy of a page, that in pursuit of your goal, there are much more enthusiasm that you need to give yourself to remember from the perspective of like a young page. Yeah, you are in Queen of Pentacles energy. You have that stately, nurturing, and sort of like confident element of knowing you have the asset, your asset, whatever asset you're sitting on, right? It's just that you have put yourself into the space of Four of Pentacles, which is conservation. And I feel like Spirit wants to encourage you to have a little bit more excitement, exuberance, and youth, or the willingness to intrigue yourself into stepping forward a bit more, like the Page of Pentacles, to pursue that pentacle, pursue that goal. Everything from here on point towards you. You see, Six of Pentacles denote a feeling that you had. So for some people, in some situations and stories, of course, Six of Pentacles refer to someone in the past coming into contact with you, things like that. I, however, feel like this has nothing to do so much with someone in the past coming back into your world, but it feels more like Spirit is saying, remember what made you happy when you were young. Remember what made you happy and wanted to start this journey. Maybe the goal that you're pursuing now, the whatever achievements you're hoping to, your Eight of Pentacles energy, whatever work you have put in to get to be in your Eight of Pentacles element, whether it's a project you're working on, or a business, or a career, or a study, this thing that you're trying to achieve certainly is tied to something that makes you happy even from childhood, or at least close enough to when you still have youth, and this is the energy that got you wanting this. Something nostalgic, something from the past, something that gets you wanting a hope, or something that is purpose driven. And that's what got you started on this journey. So Spirit wants you to remember. Last but not least, in this current stack, they're saying what you desire to get back, you will get back, because fairness will come to you in your life. There is balance, right? If you felt like you're in that Four of Pentacles, and you're trying to create that balance for yourself, right? In Four of Pentacles, you are holding the coin, as you can see, hugging the coin closely, wrapping yourself around that coin, and then stepping one foot each on one coin, one pentacle, to say that this is mine now, this is all I have left. So I am like keeping it close to myself and my body and my heart. Spirit is saying you don't have to be like that, because that is a lack energy, if anything. This is a I am abundant and I can share. And how this, I don't even feel like they're trying to say, oh, you got to give something to someone, or you got to give away some of your money to some people, or whatever of that sort. I don't even feel they're trying to say this. I feel they're trying to say that if you desire the return of something like a hard work that you're putting into, you will get that, because balance will come back into your life. But you also need to allow yourself to step into that balance, instead of trying to create balance from a place of lack, like for Pentacles, sort of like that conservation energy, but rather come from a place of, if I give and I measure what I have according to what I give, from a level-headed, measured yet fair and level-headed perspective, like the Six of Pentacles here, you create this energetic flow of give and get, give and get. In its like most beautiful element, Six of Pentacles is believing in whatever you give in terms of energy and material. Is also, it's like you make it flow and come back to yourself. Okay, and I definitely say that this is what Spirit wants you to know. In fact, I would like to clarify something, because they have this like tea leaf that says someone is leaving your life. Maybe someone leaving your life might have a little bit to do with this Six of Cups energy here. I'm not sure. So I'm going to try and pull some clarifiers and see what else Spirit has to say. And also, I think I would like to clarify. Okay, let's find out about the chair empty first. Spirit, could you please clarify for us what that means? Oh. Okay. Right. So this might be for a selected few. It feels really like a very, very cornered off message for a selected few. Someone leaving your life, it might be you coming into some final level of healing from a past pain and hurt. Ten of Swords is like, yeah, you certainly have been very hurt, traumatized, or might not be caused by someone, might be caused by a situation, but you certainly have had some really big pains in your life that pin you down with sadness, anxiety, trauma. Now, it's something that will leave you soon. This energy, and if somebody is involved in this energy, I think Spirit is trying to say that this will be the end of it soon. You're coming to the end of it very soon. And at that point, your wisdom and your understanding of maybe things that were once shrouded or mysterious to you will reveal itself in a way that will enlighten you. Okay, like the High Priestess here. And if I were to say how this might pertain to the whole situation, is that maybe this past pain or trauma or person that hurt you who is leaving might be directly related to you putting in so much, like hoping to yield results. After you put in so much effort, you hope to see the outcome of something. I felt like for a selective few, this is it. And in fact, there is an October card here. So I think you're definitely waiting on some kind of results or answers. Okay, Spirit, is there a message that you can clarify for us pertaining to the Two of Wands here? What is the Two of Wands here, Spirit? Yeah. Okay, first one that came out is actually Seven of Pentacles. And I think the moment this card flew out, I just heard Spirit say, don't wait. Spirit says, why are you still waiting? So you see this guy, he has Seven of Pentacles. He clearly knows how to fertilize and water his garden such that the pentacles, like the fruits, exist they are fruiting, like his plant is fruiting, but he's not plucking or taking the pentacles because he's still waiting. He's waiting to see when they are actually ripe for harvest. So there's a little bit of like, okay, I don't want to do it too fast, I don't want to do it too little, I don't want to be too impatient, but I really can't wait to have them yet. I can't wait to have them, like, you know, the harvest. And Spirit is saying, yeah, why are you waiting? Why not just go for it? Maybe you have to do a little bit more. Maybe you have to try a little bit. Be a little daring to push past the limitation that you think is there. This is in answer to your Two of Wands, and literally that's also a question being asked there when the guy is in Two of Wands and behind the castle gates. The question asked is, what are you waiting for? Why are you waiting? The other card that came out is actually Ten of Wands, and I think Spirit says, look at this guy. He's carrying 10 wands. He's heavy as hell. He's probably extremely tired. He's bent over. In fact, with the wands, I think they are leaning against his shoulders in a way that with his head cocked forward and down, he's only looking at the ground. In many ways, he probably cannot see that he is walking towards his home, which is not very far ahead. Spirit is saying that you do not know how close you are to your results until you look up, until you gain a different perspective. And when you do, you realize that you're really very close to getting your results. But you have to also dare to push past the waiting, push past stalling, push past being over conservative. Okay, maybe I think it's good now that we have this clarity from Spirit. I want to pull one card from the Moonology Oracles deck and see what else Spirit has to say for you. Okay. Moon memories, the past. Okay, let's see. I definitely sense some level of nostalgia, which, like I mentioned, is in this Six of Cups here. Perhaps really somebody in your past is leaving your life or that sort. Whatever you're going through now is being strongly influenced by past memories. Okay. That says a lot, right? I was like, okay, Six of Cups. Something that you are doing now, or like the way you're doing things, definitely has something to do with a memory that you had since a long time ago or childhood. There's a big influence factor in this card because it's actually the only Cups card here. Yes. Maybe it has to do with the childhood programming. For example, if you were told you weren't good enough, which you are, or that there wasn't enough money to go around, which there is. Oh my God. Four of Pentacles. You feel like there's not enough money to go around. Such things from your past influence our present and therefore our future. Drawing this card suggests you need to be really honest about which situation from your past is negatively influencing your present, and then you need to clear it. Acknowledging that something challenging from your past is keeping you back from moving forward now is the first step. See the past for what it is, something that happened, something has shaped you, and that can be a springboard from which you can move forward. Do some self-development to get to the answer of your question. What in your past is negatively impacting you now? Clear that and everything else will fall into place. When dark memories come, replace them with happier ones to shift your focus and raise your vibration or frequency very quickly. Move through fear. Therapy could be helpful for you. Picture your happy place when stressed. Ditch negative beliefs about yourself, and you can't go back. there might be an element of like you thinking about, oh, in the past so and so happened. Like, you know how we are all creatures that learn, a lot of us actually, of course not all, but we are creatures that learn through empirical experience. Our past and what happens in the past, it's a survival instinct, it's a survival method. We evolved this way in, you know, the most biological way, that whatever hurt us in the past literally teaches us how not to tread into danger in the future, right? You got your finger burned on a fire, it hurt, and you now know not to touch the fire. It's about as simple as that. But I think it's more complex. In fact, when it comes to certain things, there are nuances of what happened to us in our past. It could be narratives that were woven into our learning through our culture, or through the way our parents brought us up. Perhaps the way they were brought up has taught them certain things. That's why they teach us these things, not that they meant us any harm. But it's simply a matter of, as well, nurture and culture. So some things taught us that it's a scarcity belief. Let's not forget, just based off how our parents and our grandparents came from that generation of post-war, right? It was warring times back then during my grandma, and then I won't say my parents were not born in wartime. It was certainly boomer post-war time, but even then, it was just freshly post-war, right? And they have a lot of considerations into how to maintain survival. Again, I mentioned like just now, you are meant to thrive and not just survive. And therefore, Spirit wants you to know that not to allow yourself to fall into that lack and scarcity belief. Perhaps it was your childhood learnings that wired you into believing so. That actually, like when you give, you get. But you have to give generously and not from a place of scarcity. Then you will also receive generously and not be like, don't feel you'll be miserably rewarded in life, right? You want to be generously rewarded in life, then you give generously. It's about as simple as that. The flow and the energy and the duality of life exists as per the cosmic laws. So I think Spirit has made a very strong and encouraging point here. Oh, one last thing. The moon seems to know your past, present, and future. Representing your emotions in astrology, she cherishes and safeguards our dearest memories. So I think yes. Well, I'm not saying that, you know, throw past memories and past learnings out the window. No. It helps us maintain our safety, maintain it's conservation, it's preservation, but there has to be a much more conscious approach, because our vibration truly matters based on how we think about ourselves. Okay, so this is the message that Spirit has for you today. I hope that this resonates for you, and please do share in the comment section. I'll be very happy to hear from you, whatever you want to tell me. Please like, follow, and subscribe if you want to receive more of this sort of videos in the future. Also, this is a general reading. I'm sure that if you find that there are parts that resonate for you and then you have questions about more, if you desire a personal reading, my suggestion is you can go to the description box below and find my link for booking a personal reading with me. So yes, thank you for your time, Pile 2, and I will see you at the next reading. All right. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is for pile number 3, and the significator card that you have picked is 7 of Swords, which is this beautiful little foxy lying on one of the swords, like the fox is trying to hide one sword, and then of course there are 6 exposed swords of various looks, by the way. As you can see, they're all different looking swords somehow. So this is from the Wild Unknown tarot deck, and this is the artwork. The traditional one is in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, is one guy leaving what looks like an encampment and leaving 2 swords behind and carrying 5 swords in arms. So this imagery sort of showed me like this sly little fox is lying on one sword, so he's hiding one sword. But not just that, the 6 exposed swords are not even the same swords, they are different, and this somehow feels like they are obtained from different camps, different places, or maybe they are. So if swords are ideas and swords are thoughts, I feel like this is spirit showing us in this imagery that just like a normal human, we acquire different thoughts and memories throughout different experiences. So it certainly is not all formed from the same metal, from the same place. So therefore the handle, the artwork on the sword is not the same, which shows diversity. But you might be hiding one thing very dearly, holding on to it and not exposing it. So this might have to do with secrets. I felt like this might have to do with maybe a thought that you really hold dear and keep to yourself that you do not share with someone, right? Just like this fox here lying on the one sword that is not being exposed. We'll see what Spirit says. I'm going to pick 3 tea leaves and what Spirit says, right? I'm going to get an idea. Spirit, please show us the energy for those who have picked pile 3. Oh, the September card has... Okay, so the September card has shown up again. And if that's you who has... you might want to watch pile 1 because pile 1 also has September shown up. Oh yeah, pile 1 also has September sort of shown up for them. Okay, pile 2 and... No, sorry, pile card 2. And then, nice. We have this. So, September. You have I, psychic ability, trust your intuition. You have heart, love, deep affection and caring. We'll see what this means, how this all lines up against the 7 of Swords card. Okay, I'm going to pull some cards from the traditional Rider-Waite deck and ask Spirit to clarify what's your situation. Spirit, please show us what's the story or situation that pile 3 is going through and your message. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh. Oh. Oh my. Okay, I don't know. Maybe you want to cross-watch. Maybe you really will want to cross-watch to pile 1 because, or maybe you came from pile 1 and now you're watching pile 3. I'm not sure, but you will know why. I'm going to show you in a bit. First off, it's a very wands-heavy spread. So besides the swords, you have wands too. This is so interesting. Now, you have 2 of swords, the Death card, 8 of wands, 4 of wands, 7 of wands, Judgment, and 9 of wands. Okay, so First, I'd like to say, like what I mentioned, if you want to, you can go and watch Pile 1, because Pile 1 also has, in fact, Pile 1's significator card is Judgment, and then later in the deck, in the read, there was a lot of theme that revolves around legal judgment, big life decisions kind of might be something you resonate with at this point. So you might want to watch that. And also, I will say that the theme of you, and also there's a September thing for Pile 1. So there's a lot of synchronicities there. Now, the other thing is you have here the Death card. So if you have the Death card and you have the Judgment card, I literally felt like Spirit is saying, oh, you are now at the cusp of crossing this chapter of your life. And I think if there's any main message I'm seeing right now, is Spirit saying that you need to trust your intuition. I really see very strongly the tea leaf that says psychic ability, trust your intuition. I feel this is the season, this is the month. In fact, I'm doing this reading. Sorry, I just wanna give a little bit more context with the September card. When I release this video, it would be October. I believe 2nd October, I'm not sure. Wednesday, basically. But when I'm doing this reading right now, actually today is the 30th of September. So this shows up, and I felt like Spirit is saying, yes, right now we are opening up your eye, your third eye, to seeing something, right? They are revealing. So I'm starting to understand a bit more why there is a fox lying on one sword. So all the swords are revealed except for one sword. So I felt, and then, oh my God, the synchronicity. Look at how we see one winky eye from the fox. I think Spirit is trying to say, if you open your one eye, your third eye, okay, the hidden sword, the hidden thing that you need to know about will be revealed. I felt like it's a little cheeky. Honestly, I really felt like Spirit is being a little cheeky here and saying, if you allow yourself to have your third eye wide open this round, this time, it's perhaps time you awaken that aspect of you. We all have psychic aspects, just so I can share. We all have psychic abilities. We all have psychic aspects of ourselves. It's just that in life, sometimes, more often than not, we're already born into the world where we weave ourselves and our evolution into society. And living in this three-dimensional reality, we ground down to what reality demands of us. And if psychic abilities, which is felt and unseen, and is all energy and vibrations, more often than not in this world, especially with technology, right? Granted, the help that technology gives us and the distraction that the technology does to us, we will be very dull and numb to our psychic abilities. But it's not gone. It's not given up on it's not disappeared. It's not given up on us. We have given up on the abilities, however. So it's like a muscle that you're born with, but you do not train. The muscle does not disappear. It exists. The muscle fibers are still there. But if you put your effort into train it, and then the muscle will grow. It's about as simple as that. So I was a fitness trainer once. I used muscle memory and muscle training as a way to explain what psychic abilities are. It's like every human being, okay, we're just taking like across the board. Of course, there are some exceptions. But every human being is born with the same, like anatomically speaking, we're all born with the same number of muscles distributed throughout our bodies and the same construct. Of course, there's genetics and differentiation to what's the propensity and the tendency for you to be able to do more or less or look a certain way. But in life, once you start to actually put in the effort to train that particular muscle, that muscle receives hypertrophy through challenges. Okay, I'm now mixing metaphorics and reality, right? So it's just like the muscle. If you train it, you go through hypertrophy. You rip and tear the muscle to give it that just enough challenge to break for a little, so that it will have to learn how to heal itself back to become stronger. But it's not a dead muscle. It's not a removed muscle. It still exists in our body. So that is what building a muscle looks like. Okay, and likewise it applies to psychic abilities, right? We are born with psychic abilities, some more, some less, some easier to train a certain psychic ability, and some also finds that in our life we are born in a situation whereby the nurturing environment allows us to practice that psychic ability a little bit more than other people, maybe due to the spiritual or religious background of our family, or the none thereof. Okay, so just like psychic abilities, it's like the muscles. If you don't train it, it doesn't disappear. It's just that you have forgotten that you have, maybe you ignore it. But once you put the effort to acknowledge that it's there, you identify what it is, sort of like get into a deeper connection to your own psychic abilities, and allow your spiritual team, allow your let's just say your spiritual essence and your soul to identify that aspect of you, to bring in more workings and trainings and in those areas. It is training that psychic muscle, which will in its own way hypertrophy through the challenges and failures, whatever, and then rebuild itself, and therefore getting stronger. Okay, so I've gone on this big tangent of talking about psychic abilities because I think this help explains even to those who's been asking me, oh, what is this whole thing about me helping my clients, helping people ignite the magic that they're born with, and they can't even believe it when I tell them they're born with magic. But it truly is the case. I say it without a doubt. Okay, that everyone's born with magic. It's just you probably don't know because no one tells you. But anyways, before I lose it, I think Spirit wants you to train your third eye, that your psychic ability is getting stronger. It is a time now. It starts now. They want you to realize that you are like this Two of Swords here. You might find it difficult to choose a path ahead. You might find it difficult to identify with a certain idea or ideal. You might have difficulty getting clarity because you have your third eye covered. Just like in this imagery here, where this person holding the two swords, which is ideas, which is possibly ideas or thoughts. And these are all things that you rationalize with. You use your mind to rationalize, and that more often than not is driven by ego and less by spirit. If you, however, put down the swords and you unveil your forehead, which is also unveiling your third eye, metaphorically speaking, I think what Spirit is trying to say is that you attune better to the intuition that you're born with. You see, the moon and the water in the back of this person signifies intuition, signifies emotions, signifies the connection to spirit that one has. If she is turned away from that and she's holding the swords close to her heart, it means that she's choosing to use her rationalizing side, which is her mind, to bring in solutions for herself. But this also means that you are limited to what you can only understand and perceive in this three-dimensional realm. So let's not forget, we are as divine as it gets when it comes to our birthright and the sovereignty that we have. We are beyond just a physical body. We are beyond just this physical flesh and bones and blood self. We are beyond all this. Our consciousness, which cannot be seen, but certainly can be felt, is every bit of the construct of our full essence and our soul. We are of the mind and the body and the spirit. There is harmony in Trinity in order to bring out the best that we can achieve in life. So your achievements in life or your direction in life should not just be because your body is able to execute based on what your brain wants. Your spirit has to speak and understand from the spiritual perspective, which leads me back to saying, I think Spirit now wants you to use your intuition. If you've always been a person who allows your mind to lead the way, Spirit is saying now is a time that even the mind and the rationalizing of things cannot unveil some clarity or secrets for you. You have to be using your inner gut feelings, your intuition. From some people, they call this a third eye, but for some people, they refer to intuition as gut feelings. Whatever it is not rationalization, and it's not perceivable with the naked eye. Okay, of course then comes the death card. So I think this is nothing short of Spirit saying that you are stepping through a portal, or maybe another way to say is that you are stepping through into a different chapter. And this is happening quite fast for you, actually. With the Eight of Wands here, I feel like Spirit is saying it won't be for long now. In fact, it's happening in a very swift pace, that whatever is meant to open opportunities. Okay, so maybe there is something that you desire in life. I will get clarifiers later, but it feels a lot like there is something that you're trying to build or grow in life. It could be growing the pathway to a happier future, such as building a home for yourself and your family and loved ones, overcoming any form of challenge in career or studies, or it could be you moving into a much more elevated position in life because of a change in living space or work. It could be a myriad of things, but I'm seeing a lot of home, relationships, and stable growth here. Okay? Because there's also heart, which is love and deep affection and caring. So it could be that you're trying to shift into a place where you share something lovely, something loving and caring and affectionate with somebody. It's I sense a lot of stability for home and relationships kind of a topic here. So I'll pull clarifiers, but I think the most important message here that Spirit wants you to have is to use your intuition to lead you and to guide you into your next phase. It's of utmost importance that you know you cannot just, no pun intended, take a wild stab in the dark. Okay, maybe pun is actually intended here. I'm so sorry. I really don't want to go, but it just came. Okay, don't go stabbing in the dark with the swords. You cannot use rationalizing, the rationalizing aspect of you to give you answers at this point. You have to use your intuition, right? Gosh. Cringe, Spirit cringe. Sometimes they say things in my head that makes me laugh before I could even say it out. If anyone watching my videos, as I just want to say this, if you've been regularly watching my videos and you realize that sometimes I just burst into laughter, it's because I have a very comical, candid, and joking team of spirits always talking in my head to me. Sometimes the things they say. So I burst out laughing before I could even complete my sentence to my audience and the people I'm talking to. Right. Spirit, please tell me. What is this Two of Swords about? What is the Two of Swords about? So I'm not sure if this is just answering for one person, but apparently for some of you, the thing that you are weighing out your odds, okay, using the rationalization aspect of yourself, like in this Two of Swords, like, do I choose this or do I choose that? what's better, and then you cannot make up your mind. Apparently, it's got to do with weighing out your odds in terms of what you give and what you gain. I don't know why, but this seems to be such a strong theme. Even Pao 2 received this today is the what am I going to give in order to what am I going to gain. So I think this is very deeply tied to this part where it's on your tea leaf. It says heart, love, deep affection and caring. Okay, and somehow it felt like this is connected to this. I think that maybe it's a very guided message for some of you. Spirit is saying that you cannot just choose whether to love someone more or less, or give someone more or less in a relationship based. And when I say give, I'm referring to like, oh, we're buying a home together. Do I buy with more? Do I buy with more of the contribution and monetary input from my side, and then the other party pays less? And then what's going to look like for us at the other side when we maybe have to split it? How is it going to work out? Like, it becomes a very calculated thing. And then you forget to ask yourself the question, I'm buying a home with somebody I love. Do I have to be this calculative? What is this love? Right? So this is just an example I'm giving. It might not be about buying a home. It might not be about someone you love. But clearly there's some kind of love and affection involved. So it could be the love with a romantic partner or a spouse. It could be the love with a parent. It could be the love with a sibling. It could be a love with a best friend. But whatever it is, it feels a lot like there is some kind of weigh-in on your side. And you're using your maybe some part ego, some part rationalizing. Basically, it's a very mental affair that you're going through right now in your head, thinking about how much I give and how much I get. Am I going to have a fair transaction? Literally, the word is transaction here. And we're talking about pentacles here, so it's nothing short of actual materials. Again, could be money, could be the construct of a legal matter. I'm not sure. You know your story. But what I'm trying to say here is, I think you're weighing it out too harsh, too hard. Like, your decisions are not made by your heart, right? If Spirit wants you to use your intuition, Spirit wants you to be wise, nothing short of wise, but use your heart. Use your heart to lead you rather than your mind. Okay, now Spirit, what is let's see. What is this Seven of Wands about? Yeah. They are saying you definitely are struggling with one final decision. You are struggling to come up with a final decision so that you can make your move. You have a Seven of Wands here. So in order to clarify, Spirit says, see, you cannot find your clarity. You do not have connection to the divine answer. Not that the divine answer is not there. Just like in this Seven of Swords, your one sword is hidden by the fox because your eye is waiting to be open to see that sword. And Spirit is saying, yeah, not that the divine clarity or idea that you're meant to get, it's not that it's not there. It's just that you are not receiving it. You're waiting to receive it. And you are putting on some kind of defense, just like in this Seven of Wands here, you have a line of defense that you have put up. Very similar imagery here to the Nine of Wands. I'm seeing the same thing. They're saying the judgment, the outcome of how things turn out, your judgment is based on how much defense you put up around you. And apparently you have put up some degree of barrier or defense around you, and that's why you are not receiving clear guided messages. Not that it's not there, it's just you have not. So please put down those walls. Especially if the walls are built because you constantly rationalize and think about the what ifs. There is movement, potential movement. You see how you have 8 of Wands that come right after the Death card? Spirit is saying that you are meant to cross into a new chapter. And after you cross into a new chapter, your wands, your movement will land swiftly. But you have to first unveil yourself from the blindfold and open your third eye, open your intuition to see things from the intuitive perspective. Okay, Spirit, can you give us an answer on what this judgment is? What is this judgment, or how is it related to death? Ooh. Anything else you can tell me? Oh yeah. Okay, so somehow this really, I feel like now the message is getting so much clearer, or maybe at least Spirit is trying to really steer me into addressing a specific few that are in this situation. I think they were really talk about a lot here in terms of the relationship that you're building with someone. They're saying, you know, they constantly make me look at the card that says heart, deep love, affection, and caring. I think they want me to remember that the judgment you make today, if you use your intuition, it will be based out of you remembering what makes you happy. You know, the Six of Cups brings back nostalgia, brings back happy times. It might even bring back that you had some happy time with someone in the past, or at least somebody that you knew from the past gave you this kind of fulfillment, and they want you to remember what you are working for and working towards in life. What is this sense of happiness and fulfillment that is going to take you into the next chapter? How are you going to grow and evolve into the next chapter is based off how you connect to your emotions and your purpose, just like the cups here. And in terms of judgment, when you have the Fool, so judgment is always very closely related to you walking the path that you're destined for. But of course we all have free will. So it takes your acute sense of intuition, and finally, even like, you know, we're talking about bringing in the mind, body, and spirit. Using your spirit to lead you would be using your intuition. But of course, nothing can be done and put into action if your mind does not will you to take action, for your body, for your person to take the action. So mind, body, and spirit are equally important and should be aligned in order to bring out that maximum potential of you walking the path of destiny for yourself. That's why judgment says a lot, but also says very little in one card. It literally is calling the person to understand that the judgments of life is closely tied to the different aspects of life, such as the wheel of fortune. Whether the wheel turns for you is up to how you judge things and act on things, and how you felt you've been judged by life, or like the karmic results of things, is also based on your actions. So I think Spirit wants you to remember that you need to be ready to allow yourself that moment of faith, just like the Fool here. The Fool has faith. He doesn't bring a lot with him, and he's about to step beyond the cliff. Clearly, not him, nor us can tell what is beyond that step of the cliff. Maybe it's a very shallow step down and there's flat ground. Maybe it really is right off the cliff, but maybe there is a very cushy bit of leaves at the bottom catching him. We never know. But I say this plenty, and I'll say it again. The universe does not throw us off the cliff, or the universe does not throw us a curveball in our life, which there are many, that will destroy us. It's meant to allow us that little test or exam to learn how to cross that hurdle, and then in the ability to cross that hurdle, we then uplift ourselves in the evolution of our soul and our learning to become wiser, and thereby being able to move to a next phase of our life, to do better for the next challenge that we have coming for us. This is the cycle of the life that we go through, and this is every bit of spiritual awakenings and spiritual alchemy. So I think Spirit is trying to say that take every step in faith and in stride, and have faith in yourself, and have faith in your intuition and divine ability to understand that you have to dare to step beyond your comfort zone and into the unknown in order to give yourself that chance to see what's on the other side. I think that's a message here. Right, your Death card is here, Eight of Wands is here. I think, and Four of Wands comes after the Eight of Wands. I really feel like that aspect, that tree card that I'm looking at is such an encouraging message from Spirit to say that what you want, the stability, the comfort, the inspirational life, the dream life, is just beyond the Death card. The next chapter is just one page to flip. But in order to flip the page of life to the next chapter, you have to allow yourself to not be constricted by just rationalized thoughts that comes from your mind and your ego. But then you also have to open your third eye to see beyond and use your intuition. Okay, I'm going to pull one card from the Moonology Messages Oracle and see what else Spirit has for you. Oh, wow, this is a rare card to come out. I don't often see it, but interesting. Moon Madness, avoid drama. And I thought it's interesting too, because this is a flight of stairs leading into the void. As you can see, now it's like kind of cheerio on this side. But the stairs lead to some darkness beyond the doorway. So, you know what? I'm just going to read from the card and see what Spirit truly wants to say. Somehow, when they say avoid drama, it feels almost like, are they trying to say step into the void? Like the Fool, step into the void? Moon Madness. 74. Okay. It's too easy for you to get wrapped up in dramas right now, even to feel a little like it's all too much. What you're dealing with is noise. Don't fall for it. Thoughts, noisy thoughts perhaps, or people saying things and then it forms thoughts and ideas in our head. Don't fall for it, and don't believe everything people tell you. It's time for you to take a step back from everything that is swirling around you. Being overly involved is an easy trap. The more you wade in and get entangled now, the more unnecessarily intense the whole situation is going to become. Consider the possibility that you are not quite thinking straight at the moment. Maybe you need to quell your emotions so they don't lead you astray. Taking a back seat will help. Gentle breathing exercises will help get you back into alignment. All the better to deal with the question you're asking the cards about. Exhale and let events unfold in their own time. It could be that everyone in the situation you're asking about is feeling too much pressure. Detach from drama, which can end up hampering everything. Breathe out. Your energy field will thank you. There is too much drama in the air to think straight. Someone is being overly proactive. Maybe that's you. Don't stress, it won't change anything. Backing down or off is sometimes your best play. You need to trust that the situation will be fine. Lunacy is once said to come from sleeping in the rays of the moon, a belief that persisted through the Middle Ages. Even Shakespeare wrote in Othello that the moon makes men mad. It's actually really interesting because, you know, they have this one part just now I just want to highlight. Consider the possibility that you're not quite thinking straight at the moment. Maybe you need to quell your emotions so they don't lead you astray. See, I just want to clarify that when we see cups, it means emotions. Of course, in tarot, it normally cups means emotions. But a lot of times, our emotions are ego-filled, ego-led emotions. And if it's ego-filled and ego-led emotions, let's just say, it leads us next into the path of using our mind to rationalize, because our mind is trying to also find its own way. It depends on your archetype, of course. I'm not saying it's the same for everyone. But for a lot of people whose archetype is, say, stoic, not that it's a bad thing. If your archetype is more stoic, is more execution type, where you believe in formulas and calculated moves, then when the emotional situation turns egoistical turns rationalized, that is the reason why things become all in the head and sometimes drives instead of actually an answer, right? I know it sounds so contradicting because once things get in the head and you put calculations, you put in formulas to try and so-called derive with an outcome, it can sometimes make things worse instead of help, because your emotions are still there. They're still lingering, but they have now taken a back seat and your mind have come in to take the driver's wheel. But backseat rider emotions, the backseat rider still every now and then go, oh, you want to turn that? No, I mean, maybe you want to. So backseat driver emotions still says things that causes front seat driver rational mind, like, will you just shut up? And then that conflicts itself. That's the dissonance that goes on in our mind. That's the dissonance that goes on in our being, actually, rather. So emotions has to be kept in check in order to allow the mind to have its space to process things, and then emotions then has to be given the space to, in its own way, voice out its opinions. Then the two have to come to some level of agreement, right? That's the mind, body, spirit alignment we're talking about, because otherwise it is simply misaligned. Okay, I hope I have not waffled on too much on this aspect and lost you, but I just want to say, I think the message that Spirit has for you in this read is simply to tell you that it's time, if you ever felt lost and you felt like you cannot take the next step on any situation you're in right now, especially if it pertains to your relationship with someone, which is what I see here. Let intuition be your guiding factor. Let love be your guiding factor, because that trumps a lot of things. When you have intuition and you have love, the universe also paves your way for you towards success. Okay? All right, so this is all I have for you, and this is the message that Spirit has for you. Please share in the comment section if you would like to share with me. If any part of this resonates, I'll be very happy to hear from you. And this is a collective reading. If you find that there are parts that you feel resonate and you want to know more, and you want a personal reading, please go to the description box below to find the link to book me for a personal reading. Please also like, follow, and subscribe if you would like to see more of this sort of videos in the future. And thank you for your time. I'll see you at the next one. Bye.